Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Bachelorette Recap, the After the Final Rose edition. Can everyone hear me okay? Are we all out there in Bachelor Nation? Hello, Seattle. Hello, Renee from Chelsea, New York City, Minneapolis, and Maryland. Oz is in the house. Everyone give it up for the sheriff himself. Get Oz's music here. That's the Oz music. All right, back to that. Oh, look at this. Hey, are we surprised or what? Okay, let me hear your take. Should I start with my take? I'll tell you what I'm thinking. I didn't think this was going to end well. I kept myself spoiler free. I had just assumed she was going to say no, or the guys were going to flake. You know, I didn't know what was going to happen. But as the Bachelorette does, they don't like to give us too much information. You know what I mean? They don't like to really let us know too early who the front runner is. They made it seem like it was Brendan, and maybe he was a big front runner. He leaves. But Zach all along. I think we're all happy for Zach. The confidence in this man. Right, guys? Crystal's in the house. 1 a.m. where Crystal is. Crystal, where are you coming from again? You're on the East Coast? Natalie's here. Natalie, where are you coming from? And we have Wisconsin in the house, which I think is Central Coast time zone. I could be wrong, but is Wisconsin midnight? Is it midnight in Wisconsin? Making that cheese early in the morning there? Reality Steve gave it away a few hours ago. I don't follow Reality Steve. I watch the show. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to know what's made in the hot dog. I don't need to know what's in the casing. I just eat whatever they feed me, and then I react to it like you guys. Beatrice, what's happening? She said she literally kept Ivan as a backup plan and then used BS reasons and played along with production with the Ben drama, knowing she was going to send him home too. Maybe. I mean, maybe, yeah. Maybe Bachelor was like, look, we need a third guy. Get Ben back here. I don't know. I mean, here's the deal. Here's what we have to respect. Clearly, she had feelings for these other guys. I think it's very fair to say that, you know, you can get feelings for these other people. Oh, sorry, this chat box is all messed up. Let me see if I can fix that. Oh, there you go. That's better. I'm trying to manage all this. Oh, did I lose you guys? I lost you. Keep losing you guys. Check, check, check. Can you guys hear me? Oh, maybe I didn't lose you. Sorry about that. We're working out the kinks, folks. I thought I lost you there. Bellingham, Washington's in the house. You really wanted Ben. Tell me why you wanted Ben. Now, I like Ben. Ben's a decent guy. Concord, California. I don't even know where Concord, California is. Where's that at? Oh, yeah, Crystal, I'm sorry. You're coming to us from Boston, Massachusetts, kid. Apologize for that technical delay I just had. I'm still working out a few kinks here. I don't know. I mean, look, Ben seems like a nice guy, but like I was talking to my fiance Tasha about Ben, and like the deal with Ben is like you can't. He's got the best anti-aging. Oh, I'm getting a phone call right now. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know why my phone. This is the pro. Oh, I got a WhatsApp call. Someone was calling in from WhatsApp. Should I answer it next time? I don't know if WhatsApp goes straight to voicemail, but hold on, let's figure this out. I haven't got any WhatsApp voicemails yet, so this is my first time. If anyone wants to call in, you can call in to the Google Voice number 401-213-9828. 401-213-9828. If the WhatsApp calls again, I'll just answer it. Oh, it looks like I got a voicemail here. All right, let's start off with our first voicemail. Actually, I don't even think... I think I'd be more prepared for this, folks. Non-stop. Hold on. How do I turn this off? Hang in there, folks. All right, here we go. Hook that up to the Roadcaster. Boy, cheers to you guys and a Diet Coke for all of us. That's right, Oz. Ben is shut down. If I miss anyone's comments and you have something you want to ask me, just ask me again. It flies up through my screen and I can't always get to it right away. Abby said she was wearing the same denim dress during the convo with the dad and Ben breakup. It seems like they edited Zach's date in the middle. Real timeline dad convo. Ben breakup. Zach date. Yeah, you have a good point there, and I noticed that. I mean, it's not too often that someone has multiple denim dresses that they wear. I thought the same exact thing. All right, let's go to our first voicemail here. Hold on now, folks. Feel free to call in, guys. Ashley, you were bawling. Bawling in happiness? Lisa's there. Hey, Lisa, how are you? So what's the sleuthing? I got to go back to that. She said Abby's sleuthing. Abby said she... Okay, here... oh, yeah, that's right. I already read that. Sorry, guys. Yeah. Oh, they edit these things left and right. It's all over the map, folks. It's all over the map. Sage says, I think that dress was from Colton's hometown. Boy, she's come a long way from Colton's hometown. I mean, this was kind of like her last shot. I mean, right? She was on The Bachelor. She was on Bachelor in Paradise, and now she became the Bachelorette. I mean, how many more takes do you get? There was questions about Ivan. I wasn't too clear about this, so let me know. Was there a conversation that happened between Ivan and Tayshia that I missed as far as their religion goes? What was up with that? Now, obviously, they said there was this moral disagreement. I wanted to give Ivan as much praise as I could for being such a good... Did Ivan... Let me ask you guys this. Was he heartbroken? Is he a good guy and heartbroken? Or was Ivan just kind of like not that into Tayshia? Because you can't read this guy. And then I got to remember, he's an aeronautical engineer. I'm sure engineers aren't, the most lit up and vibrant people. So it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. Ben never cried. Well, some people don't cry, and that's something he's going to have to work on. Absolutely. But like I've said all along with Zach, the thing I love about Zach is he is so in the moment. You could tell he's really worked on himself. You don't just get sober for 9 years and fight your addictions and then just become ho-hum. Like, he's mastered in his own way the ability to connect, the confidence that he has. I mean, he's going into this proposal and he's clapping hands and he's talking to Chris Harrison, and it's like, I would be sweating. I'd be looking like I was going into a math exam. You know what I mean? Check. All right, so if anyone wants to leave a voicemail, I hope I didn't hang up on anybody. I think I've got a couple voicemails. So let's start playing our voicemails, guys. Let's get right into it.
Hi, Dave. It's Oz. Hi, everyone. So, I just wanted to say that I'm happy that you picked Zach. He, somebody that bleeds sincerity, so that's always good. And I think she ended up with the right guy. But I'm a bit confused with what happened with Ivan. It's just a little bit weird. Am I missing something with the religious thing? They didn't air that part. But anyway, it was a great season, and Matt James is coming up very soon. So have a good one, everyone, and looking forward to chatting with you all. Okay, bye.
Yeah, you know what? That's so funny that you asked the same voicemail that I just posed that question. It's like they just decided to leave that part out. Maybe it was the fantasy suite. Maybe they were in the fantasy suite. They turned the microphones off, and who knows what happened. Yeah, I really don't have the answers to that. Pardon me while I try to work through this image over here. I'm trying to correct this thing. It's not going well for me. What is that? There it is. There we go. All right. We're back and we're going. All right, let's get some tunes going. All right, guys, leave a voicemail for me. Let me know. 401-213-9828. 401-213. If anyone wants to talk on the phone, just let me know that as well. I will pick up the phone if anyone wants to talk and have a conversation. I think I got another voicemail, but I feel like this one was cut off. Oh, here we go. Let's check out this one.
Hi, Dave. This is Susan in Seattle. Hi, everybody. Thanks for doing this, Dave. It was really fun to look forward to. I want to jump in and say I'm relieved that Tayshia didn't pick Ben. There were so many red flags. He kept talking about how she made him feel. It was all about him. Whereas Zach was focused on Tayshia. So, I don't know, those red flags just kept waving in front of my face. But anyway, thanks for doing this. Bye.
Thank you so much, Susan. Susan from Washington. Susan is, of course, the lovely lady who donated a pepperoni pizza to me last week. And it looks like we'll get another one on Christmas Eve. So I want to thank you so much for that. And, of course, to everyone else who has donated in whichever ways, especially those that have just stuck around leaving great voicemails. I've got some Christmas cards on the way. I tried to get one out to everybody. If I missed anyone, I'm going to get you a late Christmas card. I really think I got all of you. But if anyone's out there and wants a Christmas card, just let me know. We'll do a Valentine's card. We'll figure it out. But you guys are great. Lisa said she's nervous to hear her own voice. So let's take a call from Lisa. Now, of course, if we remember correctly, Lisa is our neighbor from Koreatown. She lives right nearby. And Lisa said she wanted to be on the future season of The Bachelor. So Lisa is a former bassoon player. Is it bassoon or oboe? You know, I always mess up these reed instruments. But either way, she's good. She's got good mouth muscles. Sorry. Good armature. There's different words for it. All right. Let's move on. All right. So let's go to Lisa and talk to her. All right. We got a good one here, folks. You guys ready? So again, this is Lisa from Koreatown, Los Angeles, California, calling in right now. Oh, we have a couple. Who's calling me from the WhatsApp number? I don't know if I'm missing a phone call. What's +61? What area code is that? Oh, Lisa plays oboe. Oh, so let me get to Lisa, and then whoever's calling me from WhatsApp, I need to figure out how to answer that. All right, you know what? Let's just answer the WhatsApp right now. Let's see if we can get this. Hello, you're on the air. Hello there.
Hello.
Hi. Who am I speaking with today?
Hey, Polly from Australia.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. Good to talk to you, Polly. Did you think you were leaving a voicemail, or did I surprise you?
Yeah, I thought I was leaving a voicemail. That's fantastic.
Polly, I've never used WhatsApp before, and I didn't know how to send it to voicemail, so I just picked up. But it's so good to hear your voice. Everyone, it's Polly from Australia. What is it, tomorrow? Is it Christmas there yet? What's going on in Australia?
Yeah, we're ahead of our time over here. It's the 23rd. It's 5:13 in the evening. So, so we haven't actually seen, though. We haven't seen the episode yet. We're still waiting.
Do you want me to spoil it, or do you just want to not know? It sounds like you might know what's going on.
I think, we do know. We do know. So I just wanted to say that we love you down here in Oz. Keep the fantastic recaps coming. They're a welcome treat for us. We have a good laugh. We get some great insights into what you think. So we really appreciate you.
Polly, how long have you been watching recaps? We've known you for a good while now. Been a couple years.
Pretty close. Yeah, definitely. At least a couple of years. Yeah. So thanks so much. I really appreciate it. I hope all your listeners and viewers are having a great time and looking forward to the next season as well. So, thanks so much. So lovely to talk to you.
Well, thanks for calling in. I really appreciate you supporting this After the Final Rose live stream. It's good to hear your voice, and I'll see you in the chat room. But, appreciate you calling in. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Dave. Bye.
Bye now. All right, that was Polly calling in from Australia. Don't you love an Australian accent? If anyone else is out there, Michelle said, love Polly's accent. Yeah, I think Polly could just read the phone book, and it would be interesting. We've got people from all over. Like I said, if you're calling from the WhatsApp number, I'm not sure how to turn that into a voicemail yet. I'll figure it out. So poor Polly, I surprised her and answered. I was like, I promise I'll just go straight to voicemail. Then I'm like, hello, good day, governor. All right, so now this next voicemail is from Lisa in Koreatown. As we know, Lisa, the oboist from Koreatown. Let's talk to Lisa.
Hi, Dave. This is Lisa. I'm calling from Koreatown. What's up, neighbor? I said I would call, so here I am. And I just wanted to say I think that Ben, when he came back and was like, I love you because of the way you make me feel, that was like, Ben went really downhill. I mean, the fact that he came back is whatever. But then to not be able to say anything like about Tayshia, and he's like, I've never felt this way before, that was a big red flag for me. Like, have you never been in love? Like, what does that mean? What is it about Tayshia? Like, he had absolutely no specifics. It was just a bad time. And I did think that Tayshia's excuse for breaking up with Ivan was like, I don't know, it seemed like a little bit shallow. Like, if somebody has morals, I don't know, but that's just my opinion. Like, if they have the same morals as you, but not necessarily the same religion, I mean...
Did I lose you there? Why did I just lose? Sorry, I just lost the end of that voicemail. We were listening. Was that me? Hold
of
on.
a person
Sorry.
because of their definition of something. Anyway, I bet they talked about that in Fantasy Suites, and that's why all of us were like, what? Oh, okay. Anyway, thanks for doing your live stream. Bye.
Lisa, you're watching the live stream. You could just come to the window. I got the window open because it's a little hot in here. Lisa, should we do a live? Should we do a live after the final rose? We'll just get anyone in the neighborhood. By the way, Lisa, let me know in the comments section. Have you had any packages stolen from you lately? Tasha had some earrings stolen today, and there's a lot of theft happening in our neighborhood for the Christmas season. And I went down, this is a true story, this morning. It's not even in my Christmas vlog yet. I went down to the front porch, and sometimes if there's a package, they'll hide it under a bush or whatever. So I start poking around the bush to see if there's any packages. And I swear to God, I pull out a crowbar. Now, somebody has been prying open the front door of our apartment complex and stealing our packages. And the thing, if you guys know, that I've wanted to do is buy one of those ghillie suits, which is like a completely like camouflage fur like kind of suit thing that like looks like you're a big bush. And I've wanted to just sit in my front yard, my front lawn in Koreatown and catch the perpetrators, but I don't have the time or energy to wait that long. Plus, I feel like someone would call the cops on me and I'd get shot. But anyway, Lisa, your building has a really good package system. Thank you very much, Lisa. We understand you're doing better than us. Lisa's like, no, I actually pay a lot in rent and we don't have to deal with theft. Well, my building, it's like unless you pull it out of the hands of the UPS guy, you're not getting your package. All right, anyway, thank you so much, Lisa, for calling. Very sweet voice of yours. And I have to apologize, Lisa. I commented on one of your Instagram photos, and it turned out it was probably a photo that was a few years old, which is creepy in and of itself, because what that means is I went through your Rolodex of photos. But as a guy, I'm trying to respectfully comment on a photo that's not like you in a bikini, or you know what I mean? You know, and I'm not saying like that you have a bunch of bikini photos. I'm just saying in general, there's a very delicate balance between, do you comment on the most recent photo or do you find a safe photo? And it turns out I found a photo from when you were like, 88 years ago. Anyhow, thank you so much, Lisa. And what's going on with you, Lisa? You obviously are a performance artist. Are you in Los Angeles acting or as a musician? What's your story? Let us know. We need to get invested in your storyline if we're going to try to get you on the show. So let me know about that. And Laura's in the house. Hey, Laura Edmondson, good to see you. She said Ben saying that he loved her because of how he was feeling was a red flag, as they call that, a red flag. Yeah, look, Ben apologized a lot. He apologized a lot, which isn't necessarily a red flag so much as it's like kind of a people pleaser. And then he was like, I came back. I know. I'm sorry. It's like, Ben, own it. Zach owns who he is. Zach knows who he is. And I think Ben is still struggling. The obvious metaphor here is camouflaging into what he thinks they want him to be. And I think he needs to find his own identity amongst probably some other things. I'm not a mental health expert. What do I know? Just my opinion from out of nowhere. Susan said she gets nervous about hearing your voice too. You both have great voice. You all did. Polly, of course. Everyone's getting voice compliments. Polly. But whenever we hear an Australian voice, you can't not feel better. You never hear an Australian voice. It's just a good feeling. You should do. You should record audiobooks, Polly. Just, oh no, crikey. I don't know. I can't do an accent. Pink Angel said, loved all guys, but it was different dynamic with her and Zach. She can step into feminine side with him, whereas I felt she was in more of a dominant energy and led the other guys. Interesting point. Very interesting point. Yeah, she really felt with Zach. You could really see this humor that came out with them. And look, when your energy and your souls are kind of lined up, you can't replicate that. You can't, abs aren't going to solve that. Sexual chemistry is not going to solve that. You either have it or you don't. And Lisa said she's here in Los Angeles because I'm a student at USC finishing your master's degree in oboe. What does one do? And again, no disrespect. I do Bachelor recaps. What does one do with an oboe master's degree? Is that to teach, or is that to be in like some sort of in like a professional? Like you must be an amazing oboist. So we might have to get you to play our theme song over here. Lisa, call back and leave a voicemail playing your oboe. We need to hear you. What made you choose oboe? There's something about I don't know if The Bachelor has had any high-level musicians on the show, like orchestrative. Is that even a term? Musicians? Every guy plays the acoustic guitar. He's trying to get laid in his fraternity. We understand that. But as far as like I guess what you would say, just like a professional musician. I don't know that the Bachelor's had any, and I wonder if it's about time they get an oboist on the show. And again, I don't know you at all, Lisa. I don't mean to make any judgments about you based on you playing a wind instrument, but there is something about people in bands that I think they are very much open to finding love, if you will. They might like to hit Harrison's, as it were. So you need to neither confirm nor deny that. I'm already kind of fixed in my opinion, but that's as a former saxophonist, a single reed instrument player, not like you double reed kind. A whole nother ball game. Lisa said, I'm trying to write music and sing and compose some stuff. I do little covers on my Instagram. I'm also a salsa dancer when it's not pandemic times. I mean, I feel like we have a bio already written for Lisa. You know, the question, and she said before, she likes a guy who's at least 5'10". She's 5 foot tall. So she likes a good height difference, you know, but that means she puts on her heels when they go salsa dancing. You got a 6-inch window there. Not too bad. Triple C said, Caitlin Bristow said tonight there would be, after the final rose, catch up on Tayshia at the beginning for Matt's Bachelor premiere. Oh, I understand what you're saying. So because there's only a 2-week difference, they're going to do an after the final rose. Well, we don't have 2 weeks to wait. We're doing it now, tonight. We can't wait 2 weeks. Renee said she thinks Tayshia was one of the best Bachelorettes. Tayshia never exposed herself in any fraudulent ways. Tayshia never showed a real ugly side to her. Like, sure, she showed her every time the door knocked. She goes, oh, geez, what the hell, you know? Because every time the door knocks, it's one of her, you know, Bennett shows up and then Ben shows up. It's like, if you were on the show and your name starts with a B, you're probably going to show up shirtless and try to win her back. You know, Brendan shows up. In Television Master said, Polly, you may hear a spoiler on this recap. Yeah, I think Polly understands that we're spoiled over here in the States. She's in the future, though. She's like 20 hours ahead of us. Laura said I tried to call in, but it went straight to voicemail. Oh, Lauren, do you want to call in again? I wasn't looking at it. Laura, call in again. I tell you what, I'm going to take this next voicemail from Devin in South Florida, and then we'll have you call in, Laura, okay?
Hi, Dave. This is Devin from South Florida. I was just watching a live stream, and I was just calling to say that I wanted to play a little devil's advocate for Tayshia on one aspect. That with the whole Iden thing, if they've only had maybe 20, 15 minutes for each conversation, maybe more, maybe they haven't been able to talk about things like that, or one of them just hasn't been able to bring it up in conversation. So maybe that may have been something that she realized in their night in the trailer, that she was like, whoa. And she was also conflicting all of her feelings. So just wanted to say that, and have a great night.
Thank you so much, Devin, calling in from South Florida. You have a great point. I truly think that that the fact that they weren't on the same page with religion was more or less an excuse for her to break up with him. I'm not saying I don't think she's religious, but I don't think it was like a core identity like some past seasons. And again, I could be wrong. I just think that it was kind of like, well, I got to get rid of this guy. We had this conversation. This is my out. I think religion was her little parachute there that she was able to pull. But yeah, thank you for the phone call over there in South Florida. You're up late tonight in South Florida. So Laura, you were going to call in. What app are you using to call in? Are you using Google Voice? If you're using Google Voice, I'll keep an eye out for it. But I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure how this works. Are you the 925 number? Abby, let's hit Harrison's. How do you change the name of your YouTube channel? Abby, let's hit Harrison's. I think we have to get a Hitting Harrison's t-shirt. I'm going to get 2 Chris Harrison heads. Maybe I'll make them look like sperm, you know, like a head with a little flagellum, and it'll be like Hitting Harrison's. I don't know what it'll be. Michael Evans said, my mom recommended your channel to me. Where are you coming from, Michael? Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I missed his earlier comment there. I'm trying to catch up. Laura said earlier that The Bachelor hasn't had a musician, but they did do Listen to Your Heart, so Lisa could go on that. Yeah, Lisa, go on Listen to Your Heart. I mean, obviously, you know, for Listen to Your Heart, they're looking for like pop stars. But you know, I feel like a pop band needs a good oboe, and Lisa's trying to write some lyrics. You'd kill it on the show. Polly's getting into audiobooks because she's a teacher. Yeah, Polly, you do have teacher voice. You have nice, and I mean that as a compliment. You have nice teacher voice. Laura says, I'll call the 401 number. I'm an 865 area code. All right, I'm ready for it. I got it. It looks like I just got a voicemail from Concord. Let me see if I can pull that up. You guys are really killing it right now. Wait, hold on a second. You said, what's your area code there, Laura? You're an 865? All right, I'm ready for you. Call in right now. Oh, it looks like you just did. Here, let me call you back. Maybe I'm not calling the right number. Whoops, that's the wrong one. Try that number from your phone. Don't try it through. Oh, hold on. Sorry. Hold on, folks. All right, give it another shot. Give it another shot there, Laura. Good song. Yeah, I don't know why. I'm trying to call you. If you're not calling over the internet. Why does it say call 202? You're 865. I don't want to call it 202. Oh, it says I am calling. Wow, this is confusing. Yeah, it keeps going to voicemail on my end. Let me see if I can change that. Or I guess I could just copy and paste it. Hold on one second. We're gonna get this phone call made. It keeps trying to get me to call another number. Hold on, folks. According to Tayshia's Insta stories, she and Zach are still together. Oh, it's because my Do Not Disturb is on. All right, I've turned my Do Not Disturb off, so try to give me a call again. I apologize for that. My Do Not Disturb was on. Because sometimes I get calls in the middle of the night. I need like a proper telephone number. All right, I got my voice on. Should be ready for your phone call. I keep on forgetting I got a drink there. I'm going to spill it. Hey, Renee, thank you so much for the $5 donation, Renee. You're Check. Can you guys hear me? I lost you for a second. I know what the problem was. I'm taking a phone call here. Let's see who this is. Hi, you're on the air with Dave Neal. Can you hear me? Sorry, folks. We are figuring this out on the fly. Hold on. Oh, Lala, $5 donation. Thank you guys so much. Hold on. Am I connected to this? Let me just double check that I'm connected to my Bluetooth. I just had to reset the system. You should be able to hear me now. I apologize for that. I know exactly what the problem was. All right, I am connected. So let's try to figure this out. Here we go. All right, hold on. Hold on here. Hello, you're on the air with Dave. Oh, hold on. I can't hear you. Hold on one second. I'm working it out. Let me just change this over here. Hold on. I should be able to hear you now. Hello. Can you hear me? Check.
I can hear you just fine. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Who am I speaking with today?
My username is What's Your Point?
Oh, hello. Good to see you. Hear you.
Good to see you. How are you going?
Where are you located? You're out of the country, right?
I'm in Sydney.
Oh, another Australia. I hear it's around 5 p.m. tomorrow over there. Is that right?
Yeah, it is. It's 5:30.
Oh, nice. Do you know Polly? We have a couple Sydney people in the chat room. You guys friends?
No, they want to meet up for a coffee. I'm always open.
Nice. What'd you think of the finale?
You know what? I haven't watched it. To be honest with you, I'm the one that just looks the caps that doesn't watch the show. I just love your insight.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, I don't watch.
I started watching the Sats first, and then I watched this just to support. But I love your insight. I think the thing you did with Colton, I mean, I never liked the guy, but you had amazing insight with him, and you had amazing insight with Chad. So you have a real commitment for it. I just wanted to congratulate you for that.
Oh, thank you so much. Well, I mean, honestly, I just try to look at my common sense and not necessarily believe whatever the headline is. So with the Colton, when I saw everything that was on TMZ, I immediately started doing my research, and I was like, actually, this is as strange as it sounds. And then no one else was talking about it, and I was like, fire up the camera. We got to talk about this.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, actually, I never liked him when he had that when he went a bit cray, and you kind of covered it. I was like, oh wow, I identify with it so much because like I had a similar story, and like I was like, oh wait, like when you think your whole world is crashing, you kind of grasp for anything. And similarly with Chad, where he was painted as a kind of a villain. Now when you tell his story, he's like kind of fallen off the wagon and a bit, with substance abuse, and he kind of explained there's like 1 minute you have security and a life, and the next minute it all crumbles, and everyone turns your back, and you're the only one to have actually pointed out that insight and not been judgmental. But it was really, really insightful actually, because it was nice to see someone like kind of give a human element to like, okay, well, you think you've found your special someone, and then it falls apart, and losing love makes you do crazy things. So I thought it was really, really good. It really made me see things in a whole new light. I think
thanks.
You're the only, person who's got the market on that.
Well, I just think the easy thing is to condemn people. But like I remember, crying over girls, and I didn't have the chance to like sneak up on follow them through their Snapchat. But like in today's world, I feel so old, but like in today's world, you can just like know where somebody is. Ugh, I mean, it's just lending to that obsessiveness for sure. It doesn't make it right, but at least you can explain
I'm not
it.
an obsessive love person. Yeah. Well, I'm not an obsessive love person, but I loved for the first time this year, and losing it made me kind of obsessive, and I was like, oh wow, and I didn't really link it up between when you mentioned the Colton thing, and then I was like, oh well, I could totally do something like that. Like, and I'm not crazy, but it's like when you think you're grasping for straws, it was really refreshing. So I won't keep you any longer, but I just think congratulations, and it's lovely having your shows. I just watch them. I put them on through the night to give you some revenue. So yeah.
Well, thank you so much. And are you doing okay right now? Are you hanging in there for the holidays?
Oh, I'm hanging in there. I'm not a fan of Christmas. Usually we go to the beach, but now because of Rona, no one can do anything. So I'm hoping to just spend time with my cat. She's 20 years old, so
oh, nice.
Chilling with her. Yeah. So we'll see what happens. Otherwise, it'll be a bit of a family drama, like it always.
Always.
I'll probably just be watching your shows.
Well, I mean, it looks like I don't know. I don't have a date set, but Tasha and I, I'm sure we'll probably, because we're going to be kind of home alone by ourselves too, I'm sure we'll do a live stream and hang out with people and share our shiny new toys and all that. So I'll let you know, but we'd love to have you jump on.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, bring your cat. We'll have Boone over here.
I would love that.
Well, thank you.
I would love it. And congratulations on the last podcast. That was a really insightful one too. So I watch all your stuff. So I'm a huge fan. So yeah, and I put you right up there with Bill Burr. So.
Oh, you're so kind. Thank you. I need to do a better job of accepting a compliment and not just telling you how much I suck, because I want to be like, "Are you kidding me?" But I appreciate that. Thank you so much, and don't be a stranger. And I appreciate you calling in. We'll do a little Christmas live stream, and get your drinks ready or whatever your substance is, and we'll enjoy it. We'll catch you up there.
All right, then. Well, thank you for chatting to me, and I'll talk to you later.
All right, take care. Bye.
Bye.
All right, how sweet. Okay, thank you. That's so much. Look, 2 Australians. I mean, I knew, and again, Paulie and then our friend over there. I've known you guys for so long, but to have you guys call in, it really does mean something to me. So I appreciate that so much. And hey, I wanted to give a shout out to all of you. We hit 105 viewers right now. And hey, look, one brick at a time, folks. I really appreciate you guys. One brick at a time. Lala said, I need this after a stressful day. Thank you, Dave. You and your girlfriend helped me relax. All right, I'm going to play a couple more voicemails. They keep coming in. 401-213-9828. Is Laura still there? Laura, I'm sorry. I was trying to call you. Let me play a voicemail and then call Laura. Let me know if you're still there. I think I figured it out. So I tried to install this new portion onto the live stream, but whenever a donation would come in, it would trip it and then it would turn the audio off. So I've turned the alerts off. You can still send donations, but hopefully I don't lose any more audio. I think I figured that problem out. But anyhow, not that you guys care about that, but I understand I lost y'all for a second there. So I saw we have a couple more Google Voice mails, so let's make sure we don't miss any. Let's see if we can pull up this one.
Hi Dave, it's Natalie from Concord, California, and first of all, I just want to say, like, I'm a huge fan. I've been a fan ever since the Colton Underwood video that you made, and
Thank you.
I just have to say, like, I'm really happy for Tayshia. I think she made the right choice. I think Zach's like a safe choice, and I hope it works out. I don't know. I don't think Ben was the right fit for Tayshia. I think he doesn't really know, like, he doesn't really know what he wants, and he doesn't really know himself yet. So I don't think he's ready for that kind of like commitment. And but I think Ben should be on Paradise, but I think he might end up doing the Bachelor because he kind of got like the Bachelor edit. But I hope he's on Paradise because I think him and Hannah Ann from Peter's season might be a good match. So,
Oh, interesting.
I don't know, but I think they make a good couple. And yeah, I just wanted to say that, and I hope you guys have a happy holiday, and yeah, have a great day, everyone.
Well, thank you so much for calling in. Yeah, so you think Ben, let me get that right. You think Ben and Hannah Ann would be good on Bachelor in Paradise. I think Hannah Ann has been very underutilized. I know she's very young, but I think she could be in the pipeline for Bachelorette in any upcoming seasons. I mean, that whole cast was so young that anywhere from the next, I mean, look, Claire's 39, right? And so she was Bachelorette at 39, and Hannah Ann's got to be 23, 24. I think she would be good, but who knows? What do I know? Maybe she's out there dating some pro quarterbacks, so who needs a Bachelor chump when you got the pro quarterbacks? Priscilla, hey, how are you? Good to see you in the chat. Finally finished The Bachelorette. Excited to be on the other side with everyone else. Good to see you over here. And Annie Loves You said they're not going to get married, Bachelorette. I'm sorry. They're not going to get married right away. Her family will have plenty of time to get to know him. Yeah, I mean, there's no rush to get married. They've made the commitment. With my fiance, we thought we'd be getting married kind of by now, but with the pandemic, we're not trying to put any of our friends at risk. So for us, we're kind of just waiting to see. I feel like as soon as everyone can be vaccinated, or as soon as we can get like real reliable testing, we're going to do like a destination, or we're going to go somewhere, or we're going to get Neal Lane to show up. We're going to have a whole thing about it. Yeah, Oz said she's 24 at most. Absolutely. Ivan's a real one. Yeah, Ivan's good. And some people have talked in the past about how Ivan and why didn't he have a conversation with Tayshia beforehand about their religious differences? And maybe just is Ivan, is he just not religious, or is he of a different religion? I guess that's the question, that we haven't had answers to. Maybe that's why he got the Airstream treatment. Is Laura still in the chat? I do apologize. I wasn't able to get her phone call earlier. Lisa said, seems like the producers didn't like Hannah Ann, but maybe she'll come around. I could see Hannah Ann being a little snobby. She kind of had that young, kind of like prickety energy, but what do I know? Which one of them isn't? They're contestants on a reality show. We have to not take the bar and lower it. But anyway, thank you for that last voicemail, and it looks like a lot of people have found me from the Colton video. Who would have thought? That's not exactly where I've always wanted the channel to go, but, sometimes conversations need to be had, and I'm glad we've been having these conversations. I think a lot is changing in our world about how we address situations. A lot of people, if you saw my recent video about Tayshia's ex, we had that one, and then another video about, of course, the Easy situation, which I don't want to talk too much about because I don't want to pull the attention away from tonight. But, I think I think there's this like legal reason people don't want to talk about things. You know, we live in such a culture where everyone's just ready to sue each other that it's hard to have like real conversations here. So you got Bachelor Nation or Bachelor producers not discussing an allegation against Easy. You've got situations where like nobody addressed the Colton Underwood situation. Yeah, sure they said something about it, but it's like, this was The Bachelor, this was the lead on your show, and no one addressed it. So it was pretty obvious for me to be like, I think since I'm not on your payroll, I think we'll talk about it. Anyway, all right, we are moving along, trying to catch up with you guys. Sage said, Laura Zima asked a good question. If Matt wasn't already chosen, could the next Bachelor have been Ivan? I don't know if Ivan pops off the page personality-wise to me. I don't know anything about Matt James, so I can't speak to him. But I'm trying to think of like who from this season. I think my number one from this season, just charisma-wise, is Brendan. Absolutely. Number one. I think he's got it all. Now, he said, I don't know if I'm ready for marriage or whatever. It's like, I don't think you are ready right now, but I still think he's the best one from this season to like carry things. You know what I mean? CCC said in another live chat after show, people were saying Ivan was a atheist, but I don't know for sure. Does anyone here know that would be a deal breaker, especially when raising kids? Yeah, I mean, if one person's has a strong religion, I guess atheist would be a deal breaker. But also, like, if he's willing to open up, then who knows? Maybe he's atheist because he just hasn't been exposed to religion or whatever. I'm not sure. Let's see if we have any missed voicemails here. You guys have been really kicking butt calling in. Was I missing anybody? I got Lisa. Here's Kimberly. Did we get Kimberly yet? Oh, wait, no, this is a new one. Let's talk to Kimberly, see what she has to say.
Hi, Dave. This is Kimberly from Florida in Orlando. I was calling to say that I thought this season was pretty good of Tayshia. I thought Zach carried himself pretty well, and I think he's going to be a good husband for her. I also wanted to say that I really like your humor when you say hitting comparisons is funny. I thought that was really good humor, and I like that that even though Zach had a past, it didn't stop him from finding love. I think that's a good representation for people that even though you may have a past or something like a drug problem or anything, you can, no matter what your past was, if you move on and you move forward, you can eventually find someone in the future and find love. So I really like that they had a happy end to the season. So thanks and have a great night.
Well, thank you so much for calling. Kimberly from Orlando. Yeah, I hitting Harrisons. Who knew hitting Harrisons? Well, because I like the term bumping uglies, but I was like, maybe instead of bumping uglies, there's another action. Was that an action verb, like hitting hair? So what would another one be? Shuffling. Or what's a good one for Neal Lanes, knocking some Neal Lanes? I don't know. I think we'll keep it to hitting Harrisons. I think we picked a winner there. Laura, you still there? Laura, is your area code Knoxville? I just want to make sure I'm not calling the wrong person over here. Let me know if this is not Knoxville, Tennessee is your area code. And I think that's you, right? All right, let's just go ahead and call you right now. Let's see if we can call Knoxville, Tennessee here. I'm returning the call. Hope it's not someone else like a debt collector.
Hello?
Laura.
Hey, Dave.
Hey, how are you?
That's Laura.
Sorry, did I pronounce your name right? Laura?
It's Laura.
Laura. Well, why is there a U on your name? That's not how you spell Lara. Sorry.
Well, it's Laura, not Lara.
Well, I don't want to.
You'd have to ask my mom. I'm not sure.
Get your mom on the phone. How are you? Are you in Knoxville, or is that just where your phone's from?
That's just where my phone is from.
Because Knoxville's that's a fun little town there. You can get a gun pulled on you at a liquor store. You can have a good time there. I say that because that happened.
There's all kinds of things you can do in Knoxville.
Knoxville's also the it's in the Bible Belt of Tennessee, right? Is it what's it called when they follow the laws where they can't have alcohol on Sundays? What's that called? There's a term for
religion. I'm not sure, but definitely squarely in the Bible Belt. We used to get out of school every year for this revival that would happen at the church across the street.
Oh, you go to a revival? Does everyone hook up? Do they all hit Harrison's at the revival? Is that part of the...
No, no. But if you're one of the cool kids, when everybody else is walking across the street, you would like go out onto the football field and probably smoke weed or something. I wasn't one of them.
Oh yeah, a lot of smoking weed behind under the bleachers, a lot of groping in Harrison's that have been hit for sure. I know the name of the game. Well, thank you so much for calling. Oh, I called you, but you had called me. I'm still trying to figure out this phone. So I don't get many phone calls yet. I'm still new to this game, so I'm still trying to figure it out. But when did you start listening, and what did you think of the season?
I started listening to your recap right around the Colton Underwood thing because I hadn't heard of it at all. So I saw your video pop up, and I was like, "Oh shit, what's going on?" Sorry, am I allowed to swear?
Yeah, sure, go for it.
Okay. So yeah, I started watching around then, and I've kept up with the Bachelor info. I really appreciate your take. I've always watched Lauren Zima's coverage, but she's working for ABC and dating Chris Harrison.
She's
so
literally
she's
hitting. Yeah, she's literally hitting Harrison.
Quite literally hitting Harrison. So yeah, I just appreciate the unbiased take, pretty balanced take that you provide.
Yeah, thanks so much. And this little live stream is kind of just a test. I'm still really working out the gear, as people have seen. Things are crashing left and right. But I do want to try to do this more for the West Coast, because we don't really have much West Coast representation as far as live stream goes. So I think I'm going to do it with Matt James' season. As long as I'm living in quarantine over here, I might as well just keep on going live.
Yeah, I'm a Hulu watcher, so like the right after the show live stream isn't always my thing because I have to watch the next day. But tonight I'm spamming a free YouTube TV trial because I didn't want to get spoiled. I knew as soon as I opened any social media tomorrow, I'd get spoiled.
It's hard. You can't not get spoiled. I mean, this is one of those things. You've got several hours where you have to just get off social media. And this was one of the only times I can think of in the last probably 5 seasons where I didn't know how it ended, and I was pretty happy about that.
Well, I actually got spoiled from YouTube. I was scrolling through just like a suggested for me page or whatever, and some video comes up that's like, Tayshia breaks up with boyfriend Zach. And I was like, it was like last week or something. So I wasn't even looking for anything. It came up, and it was in the title of the video, and there was like the screen card or whatever it's called was a complete spoiler. So I was super bummed about that.
You just can't help it sometimes.
It was fake, but yeah.
Now, a commenter asks if we think that Tayshia hit Harrison's during the fantasy suite. Do you think she bumped uglies over there with Ivan, or do you think,
I think they're pretty clear that her and Ivan just like sat outside under the stars and chatted. But I'm pretty sure her and Zach did.
Yeah.
So this is a swagger. My boyfriend wanted to include that.
What's your boyfriend?
Zach's swagger was really working in his favor.
What's your boyfriend's name?
Alex.
Tell Alex I said hi. Yeah, Zach, there's a term we like to use for guys like Zach. He out-punted his coverage. There in several seasons, he could have easily been voted off the first night. He could have easily been a guy that a girl was like, nah, just not for me. But he kind of like worked his way in, and his charm got in there, and that's a fighter if I've ever seen one. So I'm happy for the underdogs here.
I thought Tayshia, I was like, as soon as I saw her come on, I thought that her and Zach had a thing. Like, I thought she would be in Ben. I was like, that was like her kind of guy. And I really wanted her to go for Ben, even though he had all those red flags. It was like, oh, you make me feel so good. It's like, shouldn't you like her for her, not the way she makes you feel? And I was just so bought into Ben's storyline that I thought they were prepping us for him to win. And obviously that didn't happen. But
exactly.
I did see things between her and Zach pretty early on.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. That I thought that Ben had the momentum going in, but obviously, I mean, you have to give Tayshia credit. She didn't pull these guys too far along. Like with Ivan, she pulled him aside before the rose ceremony. With Ben, she kind of cut him before the date. I think she did a really good job of like managing what she wanted to do versus the pressures from the show itself, because the show is going to want her to take it all the way to the end with all of them, and she kind of was able to give them a little bit of respect, and they respected her too. From Brendan to Ivan to Ben, they all left and were like, look, they all said they loved her, right? Maybe I don't think Brendan did, but they all said they wanted the best for her. And this was a pretty evolved little season with the last group, at least, once they got the scrubs out of the way.
I was thinking about that. It's like kind of a dramatic season I've seen in a while. Like other than a couple players things, but when she got out of the way, everybody was like treating each other very respectfully. There was the Bennett and Noah thing, but that was like just kind of childish, not even really that dramatic.
Yeah, that was one of those things they threw it in there just to kind of fluff it up. Like I think Tayshia's season was actually way more balanced, and they kind of fabricated some drama. They made it a little bit more, but we had quite the season. But look, I'm going to let you go, but thank you so much for calling, and stay in touch, call back on future live streams and all that jazz.
Yeah, for sure. Have a good night.
Thank you so much. You too. Take care. Bye, Alex. See you guys.
Bye.
I think his name was Alex. Was her boyfriend's name Alex? I might have just had the wrong name. Well, thank you so much for calling in there. That was a nice one. I love chatting with these people. I'm sorry. That sounded rude. I love chatting with these people. TJC said, I'm looking forward to Matt's season as much as I had looked forward to Listen to Your Heart. Is that a good thing? Because I actually like to Listen to Your Heart, but I don't know if that's a good thing or if you're kidding or not. Dave, did you see the comment by TJC? I didn't. I'm trying to go backwards here. I was trying to read and talk at the same time. There was a comment by Andrea. You donated $5, and I wanted to thank you so much personally for that $5 donation. Thank you. In your super chat comment, I try to get the super chats to the top of the line here. You said recent black contestants, and this is interesting. Recent black contestants who finished third after two white contestants: Rachel Lindsay, Eric Bigger, Tayshia Adams, Ivan Hall, and number 5 Almost Mike. Is there any correlation there? I don't know. As far as the ethnic divide on the show between how many contestants there are, that seems like pretty, I'd have to see like a graph or chart to see if there's any sort of trend happening here. But you could say for Rachel, I mean, she finished third, and then she ended up with her number 1 after that. She became the Bachelor, and Tayshia Adams as well. See, I don't even remember Tayshia Adams on Colton's season. That's how, like, as soon as the season's over, I delete memory and I just move on. But someone had commented that it was disgusting that there had been no mention by the producers or anyone about Easy or Colton or any of that. And like I said, as long as they're making money, and this is the thing that happens with network TV, they're spineless, and everyone's just looking out for their own paycheck. Everyone in the pipeline, anyone that's still on Bachelor in Paradise, anyone that's still in the pipeline, no one's gonna want to speak out because they're all making money off the show. And that's kind of like, I'm not saying, I don't know what they should do, but I think there should be some sort of moral or ethical, work done by ABC to make sure that a discussion's happening. But again, if we don't demand one, what's going to happen? It really comes down to the audience. Are we going to demand this conversation? And look, I think on my channel with what I'm doing, I'll have a conversation about anything that's interesting to me. Sometimes it's super gossipy and not important, and sometimes it's something that's important, but it's like maybe I'm not the one people want to hear talk about it. But in the end, people can choose if they want to click on a video or not. But no one's paying my bills over there, so I'm not going to shut up. We'll go for another like 15 or 20 minutes or so. I want to make sure I get to everybody. If anyone has any other voicemails they want to leave, let me make sure I haven't missed any. You guys have really been great. But by my count, we've had a couple Floridians. We had at least one, the Sheriff Oz calling in from Canada. We had 2 Australians. And I think that's everybody. But let me know. Call in, leave a voicemail, 401-213-9828. And someone was asking if I think Matt gets engaged. I have no idea what's going to happen with Matt's season. I think Matt's season might be a little thirstier than this season. Laura said, I meant to ask you, how did you get started covering The Bachelor? Were you a fan or just saw a niche to fill? That's a great question. It actually happened, I believe, 6 years ago or 5. I'd have to check. I've always been making content, right? I'm a stand-up comedian. I make sketch comedy or whatever. So I've never personally made any recap videos. I thought I had a phone call. It sounded like my phone was ringing. I had no YouTube following, none of that, and I was but I'd always enjoyed watching the show The Bachelor, and then very opinionated about dating, relationships, things like that. So I wanted to start to make a few recaps. So I made my first one. I was in Kentucky for Christmas with my now fiance and her family, and I watched the show, and then I took notes. I took notes on a little journal. As you guys know, my technique hasn't changed. This was the first season I started typing it out, which, by the way, helps me out so much. I can make the font bigger. I can kind of keep it close to the eye line so I'm not pulling words off the page. So my strategy has changed to a laptop. But I just took notes, and then I sat down outside on a patio before everyone woke up. I had a coffee. I think the video's still up, whatever season it was. It was my first Bachelorette recap video ever. And I had a blast, and I talked for 15 minutes or whatever it was, and it got a couple hundred views, which was a lot at the time, considering no one followed me. And then I started to get some subscribers, and I was like, all right, I guess this is my thing. And I haven't missed an episode since then. I've done recaps from Kentucky, Rhode Island. I've done them from Mexico. I've done them from Vancouver Island in Canada. I've done them from Phoenix. I've pretty much done them wherever I've been traveling. And it's just been something that's, I've always enjoyed the conversations, and I've never really made content before that people, I don't want to say respected, but it was enough. The content I was making did fill like a niche. Like there weren't many other bros doing it. I guess there are a lot of recap channels, but you know, YouTube's really good with watch time, so they reward channels that have high watch time. So people started watching my recaps longer and longer, and you know, then I started to play the game on how can I get people to watch longer. I started sharing my revenue report at the end, and you know, things to keep people around. And yeah, so that's kind of how I got started. Renee said, "You're the only YouTuber I'd stay up this late for." Should we all read you a bedtime story there, Renee? Yeah, Renee. Look, I wish I could do live stream for the East Coasters. I wish I could get the link like everyone else. I hate it when I see like Bachelor fan take going live and it's only 6 p.m. my time or whatever it is, and I'm like, damn it, because it's always like I'm late to the punch. Like everyone on the East Coast can watch they can watch the show earlier and get their content out faster. But hey, maybe there's a niche to fill out here on the West Coast. So if there's any night owls on the East Coast, we're here for you. I'm trying to catch up on all this. Amy said, I missed you. Natalie from California. I'm sorry. Where Natalie in California? Did you leave a Google Voice? I thought I got you. Hold on. Let me make sure I got you there. Now I lost your comment. Where'd you go? My eyes are going blind. Natalie from California. What's your area code, Natalie? Yeah, I don't see you. Oh, hold on a second. No, that's not it. Did you leave it on the Google Voice or on WhatsApp? God knows I don't know how WhatsApp works. Let's try WhatsApp. Andrew said, my boyfriend just read me a bedtime story. Was it called Hitting Harrison? I'm your insomnia entertainment. This is a good insomnia song. Someone had asked me what, as far as the shaming some girls for being an escort goes, which really looks like 2 steps backward from TAYSHIA'S season and now 3 steps back. Yeah, so it looks like there's a little shaming for someone who's an escort. Now look, I think the conversation that will be had. Wait, you're from Concord. I played your voicemail. Did you not hear it? Yeah, I played you, Natalie. Did you leave me another voicemail? Hold on, let me make sure. Right, guys? Let me know. Yeah, you're the 925 number. I think I got you. Laura says, I'm currently boycotting Instagram over its discrimination of sex workers, so I was bummed to see it coming from The Bachelor. Now, look, this is where it's going to be complicated, right? Because I don't know what my opinion is yet. Like, I haven't formulated too much of an opinion, but it seems like if we're going to have an issue with someone being a sugar or having a sugar daddy, an older man who pays her for sex, if that's going to happen, I guess there's no shame needed, but Matt James is allowed to say, I don't want to date somebody who's a sex worker. That he's allowed to feel that. What will happen was we need to make sure that lady is not shamed for doing that. She has every right to be a sex worker. She has every right to do whatever she wants with her body, and he, of course, has the decision to make. So It seemed like the conversation in the teaser that we saw, if you didn't see the comment section, what happened was in the preview for Matt James season, someone's like, oh, did you hear that so-and-so has a sugar daddy, you know, like in this and that. So there seems to be a little bit of a teaser there that there's going to be some issue with sex work. And I think it's something that Matt James should know early on in their relationship. You don't want to be in an Airstream hitting Harrison's, you know, second to last episode, and you find out she's a sex worker. But you want to know what you're dealing with, as it were. It was the other women saying it, Jess. We haven't heard Matt's take on it. It was women on women crime, if you will. Laura said, I guess it was the contestants, not the show itself, but they were all acting scandalized by it and like it was gross. I think it's natural. And again, I'm not saying this is right, but I think it's natural to be want to feed into whatever drama. I mean, they're all living together, like, oh my gosh, did you know so-and-so, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, it doesn't make it right. Hopefully they have the appropriate conversation. I'm sure if she is a sex worker, the show will use it as a chance for them to have that conversation. And I am optimistic that they will tread carefully within that topic, but we'll have to wait and see, won't we? So we'll have to cross that bridge when we get to it. Laura said, I definitely agree, Dave, that it's fair for Matt to not want to date someone with that job. It's kind of sexy, though, to a degree. Michelle said, I'm not invested in Matt because all I've seen is juvenile antics with Tyler C. I hope he's likable early on. Matt could be a great guy, but us average fans don't know him and don't care yet. Yeah, you know what's interesting, though, is that Bachelor producers met him and decided to make him the Bachelor. That's like when you've got like a new draft pick and they immediately become the starting quarterback, and you're like, oh, this team must really like this guy if they cut all the lines to go straight to the top. RM, he said, what do you think? Who do you think should be the next Bachelor? The next Bachelor, like you heard my take, I want Brendan. That's my boy. I don't know who else I would like. I don't know. It'd be interesting to hear what you guys think. Trying to make sure I cut up on all these comments. Laura said, as someone living in a camper, I'm saddened by the Airstream shaming also. You know I love a good camper. Laura, you're the one who I was talking to on Instagram, right? And you showed me your camping setup. I want to make sure I have the right person over here. Yeah, I love the idea. One of my goals, very simple, and I think my fiance Tasha and I always say Tasha and I have like a Venn diagram where in the center of the diagram is travel, and then with me it's like stand-up comedy, and with her it's like fashion, modeling. But we love to travel, and we both get to do it within our jobs, you know, when the world's back together. But one of my goals is to build up my following on YouTube so I can perform around the country in not just, you know, like random comedy clubs, but be able to find little 99-seat theaters and you know, draw my own audience and put on shows around the country. And when that gets to that level, I'd love to just live in an Airstream or camper or whatever and just travel the country that way. I think it would be a complete blast. Lisa said, I lived in a bus with my ex-boyfriend for 5 months at the beginning of the pandemic. Oh, Lisa, you're going to have to call in and explain to us what's going on with you. You had a boyfriend at the beginning of the pandemic, and what kind of bus did you live in? Was it a city bus or like a converted school bus? So no wonder you want to be on The Bachelor. You're like, I'm ready to move on, literally. Moving my wheels of the bus. They go round and round. It's hard to hit Harrison's in a school bus. You've got a low ceiling there. Not that you're standing. Maybe you are. Who knows? You're short. You're 5 foot tall. By the way, if anyone wants a fantasy suite, I've got a couple chocolates over here. These are the these are the white chocolate cookie version of my fantasy sweets. If you guys don't mind, I'm going to eat one of these and bump this sound up for a second. So we have a suggestion that Noah becomes the Bachelor. I think he's too young. I do. I think he's too young. You know, he's a traveling nurse. Let the guy live out in Bachelor in Paradise. Let him have fun. I think he's too young. I didn't buy it for 1 second that he was ready for marriage. Laura Edmondson says 10 out of 10 should invest in a fantasy suite. Would you guys invest in fantasy suites? Would you want a fantasy suite? We're getting so fat over here. Priscilla said, Noah would be so interesting to watch. He's my favorite kind of brand of smart ass, and to watch him go through the show would be a doozy. Yeah, he seems cool. I don't know. I guess I'm kind of indifferent about Noah. I don't hate him. I don't love him. Bennett for Bachelor. Bennett would be an interesting choice for Bachelor. He would be an interesting choice. When we talk about being level-headed and understanding that we're all flawed and we're all different, I think Bennett was very misunderstood. I think part of his own social anxiety was his kind of like thinking he's different or better than others. And I think that wouldn't happen if it was on The Bachelor. A lot of people can't do this like, Harrison measuring contest on the show. Some people rise up to the occasion, become good friends with the other guys. Take Zach and Brendan, for example. They were very chummy. When another guy got a date, they'd be like, oh, go get him, bro. They were good at being bros. I don't know if Bennett was great at being a bro. So it's different for everyone. Dr. Joe. Yeah, Dr. Joe seems like he seems like a good guy, right? Dr. Joe, good call on that. No drama there with Joe. First Asian Bachelor. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm just trying to catch a few other comments here. This is going to be your last call for voicemails. I'm doing Vlogmas all year, all month, and I still have a video to upload for tomorrow. If you guys haven't yet, again, at this point, I don't even want to promote Vlogmas. I'm not calling it a failure, but I get more views on Bachelor-related content, and part of me, I'm trying not to take it personally because I know it's not that people don't want to watch my vlogs. It's just that you guys found me as Bachelor Recap, so that's kind of where YouTube wants to promote my content. But if anyone's bored, has a couple extra minutes, maybe ate Thai food and you're kind of hanging out on the toilet a little longer than normal, maybe you're stuck in your school bus or whatever, you're alone in your camper, whatever the case may be. If you want to check out my vlogs, go back and watch day one starting December 1st. I make 8 to 15 minute long videos, highly edited, drone shots, the dog's in it. I'm teasing my fiance. It's a ton of fun. Good Christmas music. And let me know what you guys think. I have a whole playlist of them. YouTube has decided not to promote the content. So only people that are super fans have seen it, but it's out there. Thank you, Annie. She says Vlogmas is amazing. It's been a great chance. I mean, look, I made this stupid pine cone the other day. This was actually a fun time. I found this pine cone. We painted it. We put a little felt hat. We put a little hat on there, made a little scarf. So it's been a ton of fun. Obviously YouTube, it's like a free market economy. So when videos do well, I make more of them. So because you guys have been so supportive with Bachelor content and I enjoy doing it, I'm going to make more Bachelor content. I'm just trying to figure out the trick to make that happen with my vlogs as well, because as a filmmaker and comedian, it is a lot of fun to turn the camera on and go out there and chat with everyone. And I only have 3 days left. And I have some surprises for everyone who watches the vlogs. I have a new series coming out in a couple of weeks called Mansplaining, and that's going to be a ton of fun too, so hang tight for that. I haven't mentioned that once yet. Only you guys get to hear that. Lisa said, Dave, does Boone like other dogs? We could have a puppy hang for your vlog. Tell me what kind of dog you have. Boone likes other dogs, and Boone's friendly, but he's also a very mature dog, so he's kind of hang out, but he gets really excited around other dogs. He's super playful and all that. Yeah, you live relatively close. Our dog doesn't walk far though, so yeah, we don't. Literally, us walking the dog is like taking him for one lap around the building. But yeah, what kind of dog do you have? You might have told me before. And if you don't mind me prying, because I'm about to pry, I got a crowbar. If you don't mind me prying there, Lisa, why did your relationship not work out with the school bus driver? What happened there? Andrew said she watched the apartment one and the list, and then me wrapping the soap. I sent soap to several of you guys as surprises. A few of you guys gave me your addresses, and in most cases, it's going to arrive on Christmas Eve. And I did want to give a shout out actually to Jen. I don't think she's in the chat, but I'm going to open this up tomorrow. I want to make sure that no one sees this. This was given to me. This box was sent to me from somewhere in Canada. This was sent from Burlington, Canada. I don't know where that is. But anyway, it's a nice heavy box here from Jen, and I'm so excited to get some Canadian mail, but I'm going to open this on my vlog tomorrow. But you guys have been so amazing and supportive that it's been comical to me when I started doing the live streams And again, I had to buy this one cord. It's over here, but I had to buy this one cord, $105, and it's what connects my nice camera, which usually dies by now. It connects my nice camera up to my computer, and it lets me live stream. It sounds simple enough. The technology's a little kind of crazy on my laptop. I'm doing a bunch of things. I got these stupid, like, I'm moving around. I got the stupid screens, this and that. I'm working on Photoshop to get my layers. So I'm trying my best to up the production quality and level up. And it was just hilarious to my fiance, Tasha, when I got my first phone call. Because I played it for her because she was gone, and it might have been Nikki or it was somebody, and it was like, "Hi, this is Nikki from San Diego," and Tasha just thought it was hilarious that people would actually take the time to call in. And today, of course, it's just amazing that we're getting phone calls from multiple countries. We've had phone calls from we didn't get South Africa today, but we've had phone calls from all over the map. I want to make sure I didn't miss anyone's phone calls. I had that one WhatsApp call from Australia. It's good to know I have WhatsApp now because I know Brazil was trying to call in. So take this time to get your phone calls in if you want to chat. Last chance, 401-213-9828. I'm going to hang out with you guys a little bit. I told you all that when I hit 10,000 subscribers, I'm going to do a 10-hour live stream. And that's still the plan. Now, what happened with that Colton video is I went from 2,000 to 7,000 in only a couple weeks. So I think for a lot of people, they thought I would hit 10,000 quicker. And it's really just about a good video kind of going viral. And when YouTube promotes your video to new audience, that's when you get a whole lot of new subscribers. I'm kind of in that in-between phase right now where I don't have all of the new subscribers that they're kind of casting my net out to, but it could happen quick. It could be one video overnight we hit 10,000. It could take a few months. Who really knows? But what I'm going to be doing is a epic 10-hour live stream. Again, you guys don't have to be there for it, but you can tune in the first hour, the last hour, whatever it is, and it's just going to be a marathon. I honestly, I'll be honest with you guys, barring any sort of technological problems, I don't think I'll have any problem doing a 10-hour live stream. I think I do one bathroom break every hour or every 2 hours, and maybe if I'm drinking some beers, I'll do it every hour. I think it won't be a problem at all. But yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see. But when I hit 10,000 subscribers, that's what's going to happen. CCC said, I would love to see Peter Krause, am I pronouncing that right, as the Bachelor. If they would bring Ari and Claire back, maybe they will Peter K. Now, the issue with Peter Krause, I've done some research on him. He wanted a few different things. Oh, got a phone call. Oh, sorry, that's so loud. Here we go. This is Portland, Oregon's in the house. Hello, you are talking on After the Final Rose with Dave.
Press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Oh, hold on. What? Hello?
To accept, press 1.
Oh, shit. Sorry. I just hung up on you. Whoever just... Sorry, guys. Sorry for the swear there. Whoever just called, could you just call me back? I didn't realize I had to press 1 to accept. Unless you're trying to leave a voicemail, let me know. Whoever just called me, sorry about that. I messed that up. Sage said I had it pretty good to have a girlfriend hanging out on a bus for 5 months. Or he had it pretty good. We're talking back to Lisa. So Lisa said, very long story short, I got my heart broken by a school bus driver, and he said he couldn't do things he wanted in life with a girlfriend. I will never know the real reason, I bet. Hey, Lisa, I'd love to invite you onto our podcast, The Sap. If you have any interest in sharing your story, you know, Tasha and myself, we host our podcast with guests up on the roof, where we socially distance, so we're kind of all in beach chairs 6 feet apart from each other. But if you're ever interested in sharing your story, come on up to the roof, bring your dog, we'll have a glass of wine, and I'd love to hear it. Sounds fascinating. It really does sound fascinating. You lived on a school bus during quarantine, and you're our neighbor, and you're over here. So if you would like to leap out of the comment section, we'd love to interview you. Lisa said, I think I was very naively convinced he was the one because of how we met. It was very romantic, but long distance does that, I think. Isn't that something? Long distance will do that. It'll make things feel, it'll kind of play on your sort of lust, I would say, because you can't have what you want. You know, that's why with my relationship being stuck in a 500 square foot apartment, I can't fart in the other room without her wondering what I ate for lunch. You know what I mean? And I'd like to think this was the graduate school of dating. So I think once you can graduate from living in a confined area, you can move on. But a school bus, I mean, that sounds amazing. Yeah, Lisa, come on the podcast. We'll get a schedule going on Instagram. We'd love to interview you. I've kind of been stale with podcast guests lately just because I've been so busy with VLOGMAS, but we have so much content. We do the podcast once a week, and it's obviously different from Bachelor content. If some of you guys don't watch the podcast, I'm not even here to promote it, but it's more about like recaps and live streams. It's like me and you talking. It's a dance back and forth. Whereas a podcast, it's like you walk by a window and eavesdrop into another conversation. So if you're interested, me, you, and Tasha will all sit down and we'd love to hear this story. This is far more interesting than anything you could text right now. I'm sure it's way more interesting. And so anyway, we cordially invite you. We'll have to set that up. So everyone stay tuned for that. Maybe, who knows? Maybe we'll be best friends. I'm sorry. TJC said, Dave, what did you find out about Peter? Sorry, the phone rang and I wasn't ready. So with Peter, he had negotiated for a few things that they ended up passing on. One of which was he wanted to have marriage therapy for the final four. That was something that they didn't agree with. Chances are they were finding there was something where, there must have been NDAs signed because it still seems kind of up in the air as to what went down. But he was taken off the list of becoming the Bachelor, and then they also kicked him out of Bachelor Winter Games. It's a little complicated. I don't know all the details, but I guess he was making enough money in his other job that he didn't want to leave his job to do The Bachelor. The more I read about it, the more interesting it was, and I don't think people necessarily talk about it. And then, of course, Rachel seemed kind of bitter about Peter just because he ended up not getting where he needed to be for her. And she said, well, Peter shouldn't be the Bachelor because he wasn't able to get where he needed to be. But then Rachel also admitted she felt the same way. It's hard to put yourself in different people's shoes when it comes to love and relationships. I mean, I was a serial bachelor, and then Tasha and I started dating, and we immediately were super serious. And serious is a bad word because we were having a ton of fun, but serious in the sense that it was like, whoa, this is moving fast, but we're cool. When it moves fast and you're cool, you're cool. Now, what did Annie say? Annie said, long-distance relationships can suck. I'm currently in a long-distance relationship with my boyfriend. Hey, Annie, if you don't mind me asking, where do you guys live, and how old are you guys? Those are just two questions I have to try to figure out your long-distance relationship. I'm not here to offer much advice. It's a very challenging. There's a subreddit for long-distance relationship where everyone shares their long-distance story, and it's pretty interesting. If you're not a member of the long-distance subreddit, you should be. You should check it out because it's pretty interesting to hear other people's stories about how they deal with all of their, long, because it's complicated. I kind of did it myself. Sage said, if Peter wanted counseling for Final Four, it sounds like he's really not ready to propose. Well, I'll say this. I think counseling for Final Four is, we should never turn our nose at counseling. I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean there's a problem, but counseling would have helped Ivan and Tayshia before they got into the Airstream. Sometimes we paint red flags white, and we love is blind, as they say. Andy said he lives in California and I'm in New York City, and he's in the military, and I'm 20 and he's 21. Yeah, I had the same thing where I had a long distance relationship from New York to LA, and it's brutal. I can't imagine how it is during quarantine. A lot of people, like one of the YouTubers I watch, she was supposed to get married at the beginning of quarantine, and they had to push the wedding back, and then they ended up breaking up, and they canceled the wedding. And it's amazing what some couples with the year as crazy as it is, they don't pull through. And it's because, well, if you couldn't pull through for this, maybe you just weren't meant to be. And that's what's tough with the Bachelor franchise, is they put people in optimal positions to succeed at love. And it's not always optimal. Sometimes you got to work on a business trip and your partner has to stay home and watch the kid, or vice versa, and you just never know. And you need to be like a real committed team, All right, catching up on some messages here. TJC said Rachel's still bitter about Peter even after getting married. It seems like she's always bringing him up and how he did her wrong. Well, yeah, I mean, after the final rose ceremony with Rachel, I thought she was extremely rude to him. And I hope you guys understand, I'm not one to just take the side of the guy. I don't like judge people on party lines here based on their gender, but I thought she was really rude to him, and we're going back a few years, but I was like, geez, like the relationships don't always work out. You got to kind of like put your stoic face on, you know? Laura says, I've done long distance, probably wouldn't again because it did not go well. You know, and that's the thing, right? It doesn't go well until it goes well. So we wish you the best in your young love age from New York to LA. And with some people, you know, maybe you're a couple introverts, you can do FaceTime, maybe whatever your situation may be, everyone's different. But, you know, for my issues, I just, I think I was willing to make it work and the other person wasn't. And when one person pulls away, that's when you snap, right? You start putting a tracking device in someone's car. No, I never did a tracking device. Laura says, paint red flags white. Is that a Taylor Swift lyric? Look, if it isn't, it should be. You know what I mean? Speaking of painting things white, who's hitting the Harrison tonight? Okay, folks. We're getting dirty. Priscilla says, I think the counseling was supposed to be a good thing. Really get yourself in the mindset of what's about to happen and whether you're really ready to make that step. Yeah, I think counseling's a great thing. Absolutely. And it would be a good thing because it'd be great for the audience to see what healthy relationships are supposed to be like. Gabby said, quarantine is an excellent dry run for marriage. It sure is. But not necessarily like I understand what you're saying. And in my case, what's been tough is I've had to like figure out, I used to get my social time in with stand-up. I'd go perform. I'd be at some random bar or comedy club or event theater, wherever the comedy was. And then I would hang out with my friends there. We would, you know, you'd meet new people. That was my social time. So I don't have that now. And I've had to like just stay really busy with other projects. But I don't think it's the right way to do quarantine. But I really think that I really do respect people that have hustled throughout the process because it just hasn't been easy. And Television Master said, guys, my wife and I celebrated 25 years together last month. Well, congratulations. That's amazing. I'm going to play a nice little, you know, crowd for you there. That's great. Good for you. 25 years, a quarter century in Television Master. So if anyone should be offering advice, it should be in Television Master here because 25 years is very impressive. Most of us weren't even, you know, hitting Harrison's, you know, 25. Okay. Andrea said, Rachel is 3 days older than me. She knew exactly what she wanted. In order to get it, she had to find a way to get rid of the feeling she had for crows and convince Brian she was totally over him. Crows or crowds? Crows? Gabby said in Telemaster, so Bachelor in Paradise is your hall pass. Michelle asked how many married couples are here. Yeah, let me know who's married in the audience. Jess said she seemed to want marriage and he just wanted to take time, more time than the show allowed. And that's the thing is time shouldn't be an issue. CCC, you've been married for 33 years or you're 33 years old. Yeah, time, that's the problem with the show is Tayshia's season was the second shortest proposal ever on The Bachelorette. The first being Claire, whom we've quickly forgotten about. So it's pretty amazing how we've just moved on from Claire's season, just completely forgot about it. And now we're gonna have some bets to see who lasts longer, Claire and Dale or Zach and boy, isn't it crazy for Zach? I mean, he shows up for a season with Claire. He goes into the desert to marry Claire. He comes out with Tayshia. Weird times. I think I had a voicemail here, so I wanted to play it. I apologize if I messed this up earlier. Oh, it's Portland. Hold on one second. We playing it? Here, let's go.
Hey, Dave. This is Nomad Chica in Portland, Oregon.
Nomad Chica.
As I mentioned in the email, I wasn't able to watch the Bachelorette episodes yet this week, but I just wanted to pop in and say hello on your live stream because I'm so excited that you're doing a nighttime live stream. That's really all I have to say. I don't have any questions because I don't know what happened and I'm trying to avoid finding out because I'm going to watch it all on Hulu later this week. But thanks for all your awesome recaps and I'm loving the Vlogmas. Everyone watch the Vlogmas videos. They're very fun.
Oh, thank you.
They're not just about whatever's in the title. It's just really fun to watch Dave do his thing. Yep. Thanks for everything. Happy holidays, everyone.
Oh, happy holidays to you. Thank you so much for that voicemail, Nomad Chica. I sent you a Christmas card today, so hopefully your Christmas card arrives in the next day or two. I really appreciate all your support over the years. Look, there's no competition for people when it comes to how long you've supported this channel, but some of you guys have supported this channel like, a good 4 or 5 years, 6 years, some of you guys, so I really appreciate I wish I knew. I wish there was a way for me to see, like on my Amex, it'll say how many years I've been a member. I just wish it said that with you guys, how many years you guys have been riding, because I appreciate it, but I do remember so many of your different names, and I appreciate all of you guys participating. Laura said to someone, don't waste your time with Peter's season, truly one of the worst, but no, sorry, I don't know where to watch. Yeah, it really was kind of a garbage season, wasn't it? His season crashed and burned. Yeah, Nomad Chica. Yeah, much appreciation. I know you've been under the weather, so I appreciate you calling. Yeah, you know that's what's funny about Vlogmas, right? Is you only get one chance at a title, so you don't want to just say, all right, today I did a whole bunch of things. You want to be really specific, like my car battery died today. Like you want to be really specific with your titles, but chances are in most Vlogmas episodes, it's just me riding around, ranting and raving about something. They really don't have too much of a point, and I do think a day will come when they're a little bit more respected or whatever. I don't say that with any ego, but I just know that even my mom doesn't even know what a Vlogmas is. Like she couldn't support me if she wanted to. She just doesn't understand. I'm trying to set up a Zoom call. I'm get a fantasy suite here. I'm trying to set up a Zoom call with my mom for Christmas Eve, and she goes, the Boy Scout troop's going to let me borrow their Zoom account. And I was like, Mom, you can make your own Zoom account. Like, she's so bad with technology, she doesn't even know how to make a Zoom account. You guys are so great. I don't have anything else to say. Did we capture it all today? Should I do a proper recap? I think I need to do a proper recap that I'll upload tomorrow, because I took all these notes down and I didn't get to read them to you guys. But I did pull a couple quotes that I wanted to share with you guys. So here are a couple of my favorite quotes from this episode. I just wrote them down. I might have messed them up. The first one, this is Ben to Tayshia. She broke up with him, right? And he said, let me turn this down. He said, when you love somebody, you want them to be happy. I've been tough on Ben. I think we all have, for not being able to share his emotions. But I think it takes a brave person to say, when you love somebody, you want them to be happy. So that was a very poetic way for him to exit. And then Tayshia said to Zach, I deserve love with a man who won't run away. I found that to be very telling. I don't know if she was referring to her ex, but she said, I deserve love with a man who won't run away. Is she referring to her ex? Is she referring to Brendan, or just men in general? She sees Zach as kind of a totem pole who's kind of going to be there. And that's what I think everyone wants in a relationship, is a good foundation. And my final quote that I liked was Zach to Tayshia. Zach said, and this was, Zach, we didn't really get into it, but Zach's proposal knocked out of the park. How good was Zach on his proposal, guys? I thought he knocked it out of the park. Oh, you know what I have here is I can play a little bit of this. So this is Zach. Play some wedding music. I should have started with this. Zach said, I'm going to choose you right now, and I'm going to choose you tomorrow morning, and I'm going to choose you next week, and I'm going to choose you next year, and I'm going to choose you forever because I love you. And that, my friends, is how you dismount from a show. That's a dismount. He nailed that. It made, Tasha and I were there on the couch, and I was like, I had just as good a proposal, and we both laughed because she blacked out. She didn't remember my proposal, and I was just a befuddled idiot. I really was. I was just, for a guy who gets on stage and recites words, you'd think I could nail a proposal, but I was an idiot. I knew what I wanted to say when I proposed, but I also switched my proposal time around because we were in Thailand, and it turned out the weather was perfect for a sunrise proposal, and I didn't want to wait till later that evening because then if I missed the sunset, then I got to wait a whole nother day because we were going on an elephant conservation. So we were going to go to where a bunch of elephants are retired in a sanctuary. And I was like, I got to get this proposal in beforehand. And so I was a little flustered. It was about 110 degrees, humid, sweating. And then I felt like an ambush proposal. Like we were sitting on a bench. We were going to take a nice photo. I had it framed up. So we were going to take this photo on a bench, on a palm swing, on the ocean, right on the beach of this little island we're on. It was the only time in the whole time at the resort where no one else was on the beach. You know, it was like 7 a.m. I set up the tripod. I go to press the thing to take a photo. But Tasha was like, why isn't the button's not blinking? Because normally on a timed photo, the button blinks. And I go, and that's when I got down on my knee and proposed to her. And I would like another crack at my speech. Like I've always imagined, and I don't know if any guys can attest to this, but I've always imagined about what I would say in that special speech that only happens that one time. And I'm not saying I botched it. I'm sure it was fine, but I'm glad I don't have an audio recording of it. You know what I mean? But she said yes. She was shocked I had the ring because she thought we had picked out a ring, but it wasn't. I had the whole engagement started on a lie. You got to lie. But I had the diamond lady that I bought the ring from. I had her text me saying the ring won't be ready in time. It's got to get cleaned and sized and all this bullshit, all this stuff I made up. So Tasha thought that I didn't have the ring, and I snuck it into Thailand with me. And we proposed, and she said yes, and we hugged and cried. And the best part was that we had breakfast waiting for us right on the beach. So we just went to eat breakfast, and we didn't do it in a restaurant in front of people. We didn't do it at the Eiffel Tower. We just did it in a place where we were alone. And that was really special to me. And and everyone can do it how they want. Some do it on national TV, some do it in a restaurant. And she said yes, crazy. But we had made a few friends the day before. We told them we just got engaged. They hugged and cried and this and that. And then we went and we went to an elephant sanctuary, and it was a very memorable day. It was a very memorable trip. And that was about a year ago. And then the pandemic hit, and we've still been progressing our engagement and all that jazz, but we don't have a date to get married because my hope is as soon as the doors open and things are right and things are safe, that we'll able to get it done on a quick, like not wait, like let's book it in 2 years. No, like let's go to Turks and Caicos. We're gonna put it together. We're not big. We both gonna have the same sensibilities with like, let's not blow our life savings over it. Let's just get our friends and family together. Let's share our love and let's just move on. And that's kind of the goal that we have. Everyone's different though. I'm trying to catch up with you guys. Gabby said, I knew that she talking about her guy. I knew he was the one. Excuse me. Hold on. She said, I knew he was the one the day I met him. He made me as angry as I cussed him out like a sailor. He said he was smitten immediately. He was delivering a love letter for his friend. Oh, that's so cute. Laura's in Arizona. No snow. Susan says, I want to visit Vancouver someday. I moved to Seattle from Washington. Trying to catch up on you guys here. I'm trying to catch up on Susan said, do a vlog giving your mom instructions on how to use Zoom. Jay Leno's early jokes were about his parents not knowing how to use a VCR. Oh, my mom did. I had to learn how to use a VCR when I was like 5 because my mom didn't know how to use it. Trying to catch up. Did I miss anything over here? This song's annoying. Let's go back to a normal song. So I think there was talk about the doxing that happened with TAYSHIA'S ex, but I can't see the text that started the conversation, so we'll just move on from it. But yeah, you guys have all been great. I need to start working my way out of here. We got an early morning tomorrow. I'm gonna thank you, and Television Master. I appreciate it. Look, we work through our problems just like anyone else. Susan says you and Tasha are so grounded together. Look, we're like anyone else. We have our issues that we work through, and we've learned a lot about each other, about ourselves and each other through our relationship. And what's beautiful about what we've done by sharing our relationship with others, by having the podcast, is part of like our therapy. They always say like, oh, therapy's good, but it's like, and don't get me wrong, therapists are good. But I think what works well with our relationship is we'll have these conversations about what's bugging us, resentments, bitterness, and we don't always solve it right away, but we do that first step of getting it out of our chest and just saying it, and that's important. And so many times in a relationship, you get over the short-term anger, but it just calcifies. And, that's a part of The Bachelor we don't really see because they're so short-lived. Renee said, what do you think was Dale's true reaction when he saw that Tayshia was the Bachelorette? Well, that's interesting. I'm not really sure. I don't know what his type is. I'm sure he was probably just, happy with Claire. I'm sure he was happy with Claire, and that was it. I'm not really sure. CCC said, did you hear Noah say, hey, Dad, when Chris Harrison came into the room? It looks like it could be his son. Gabby said, we are now divorced after 25 years. Red flags on first impression. Was right after all. Well, look, if you made your marriage for 25 years, I don't think you count as a bad first impression. That's pretty long. I think you outlasted the average there. Any last questions or comments or phone calls? Because I think I'm about to get out of here. I got to go walk the dog and get everyone into bed over here. Love this song. These are all the songs I play on my vlogs, these Christmas songs. All right, last call, folks. I want to thank you guys so much for being here today, and I haven't looked at the subscriber count, but I'm going to check it out right now. We're at 7,276. I honestly don't know where I was earlier in the day, but I want to thank you guys so much for getting me to 7,276. There's 86 people in the chat room. If anyone's in the chat room and isn't a subscriber, I just ask that you can hit the subscribe button. You've stuck around this long. By hitting the subscribe button, you're getting me closer to that 10,000 subscriber goal, which gets me unlocked at the Creator Studio in Los Angeles at the YouTube facility. And once you're in the Creator Studio at the YouTube facility, you can use a bunch of different green rooms and studios and equipment and be a part of that community. So looking forward to all of that. I missed some comments. Well, you can. I tried scrolling back. Yes, couples channel. Dave is fun and Tasha seems cool. Well, couples channel. You have to know that I do not have any extra time. I think how it works is we populate each other's content. So she's on my channel and I'm on her Instagram and vice versa. We do have a blog if anyone likes to read called wearetodadtravels.com, and that's where we post all of our photography from all of our traveling, which of course this was supposed to be a big year for that, but we'll get there soon, folks. So couples channel won't happen soon, but I will say if this channel does blow up, I would probably put all my vlogs on a separate channel because that seems to be the thing to do. But as far as right now goes, because this channel is monetized, I'm not going to create a new channel and make vlogs on that. Even if my vlogs only make $3 or $4 an episode here, that's still better than nothing. So, but yeah, eventually it would be nice to get over there as well. But yes, hit the like button, lick the button, step on it, hit your Harrison on it, do whatever you need to do. Oh, Boone just stopped by. But I'm going to head out. I appreciate all of you guys so very much. Thank you for sticking around. You guys have been amazing. And tomorrow morning, I will be posting late morning my recap. I'm going to record it in the morning. I'm going to call it quits for the night because my voice is a little shot. So I can be fresh. I'm going to give you guys a nice recap in the morning, but you guys helped me warm up. Thank you again so much for everyone who subscribed. Just less than a week ago, we were at 7,190 subscribers, and I made a plea to get you guys to get me up to 7,200, and now we're almost 100 more than that. So you all really do have the power to kick this thing up a notch, and I appreciate everyone that has. But I do look at the stats, and about 65% of the people that watch my recaps are not subscribers. So we could easily get that number to 10,000 if we all just hit, and I understand hitting the subscribe button is a real commitment for people. But so I just asked if some of you guys can help me get that number up to 7,300 subscribers tonight. That would be amazing. We're 24 subscribers away from 7,300. So thank you all in advance for hitting the subscribe button. And if you want to stay in touch with future live streams, there's a little alert bell. If you hit that, it'll alert you when I go live. I'm planning to really up my game for live streams My goal, as you guys know, for this season, I did Mondays and Thursdays. I had never done a live stream before, so it was pretty interesting to go Mondays and Thursdays. I'm going to completely redo my graphics. I think I have a green screen. I think I'm going to put my green screen up and just step it up a notch because I want people to click on the link and really want to stick around. I know you guys have all stuck around, but it's also a very superficial thing. Someone said they'll subscribe from all their accounts. Who said that? I don't know. I lost the comment, but thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. Oh, Joe, what did she say? I missed a comment there. Hold on, we're going back. Jordan, you guys, what you would like me to have Jordan Kimball on? The problem right now is I don't like Skype interviews because if I can't meet someone in person, I don't develop that connection, that network. Why I feel like Skype interviews can be very much like just hit it and quit it, one night stand. So I really would like I'd invite any of them onto the podcast if and when I can have them in person. Yeah, the chat can buzz by super fast, and I'm sorry about that, but I'm just trying my best here. I know you guys are too. So good night, in Television Master. Good night, everyone else. Yeah, Jordan Kimball, yeah, he'd be cool. He seems like a good guy. I have a connection to him, too, so maybe I'll ask. I think Leo's friends with him, so maybe I'll see if Jordan's in town. And, if anyone wants me to ask any of these former contestants or anyone to be on the podcast, just send them a tweet and put us in the same tweet together, and then I'll take it from there. So just let me know. What did Laura said? Noah is Diet Jordan Kimball. That's a great way to put it. Well, anyway, I'm going to let you guys go. This has actually been the longest stream we've done. To be honest, I could keep going, but I got to get up early in the morning. I got to get the lady to bed and set the coffee. We got a list. If you follow the vlogs, there's always a list. But today was a really busy day. I'm going to go to bed happy. We had a really good time. We got all of our soap and Christmas cards out. Again, without sounding redundant, I want to let you guys know I appreciate you. This chat wouldn't have happened without you guys. I really appreciate that. I can't perform to an empty room over here. So anyhow, folks, I appreciate y'all. Yeah, maybe if there's ever a time, Annie, you know what? Like if Tasha's out of town or whatever, or if we can sleep in, I'll do some longer streams. Absolutely. If people want to stick around, I'll keep on going. But I think we're done for right now. I'm not sure if we're going to keep to the Monday and Thursday live streams in the couple weeks when Bachelor's off. I think we will, though. Although, wait, is Thursday Christmas Eve? If Thursday's Christmas Eve, we're not going to do that. Let me just double check. So, if Thursday is Thursday's Christmas Eve. So that's not going to happen. But it looks like we'll start back up next week. Maybe I'll do a New Year's Eve live stream too. Again, if you guys are around, I'll put it in the notes. Just hit the alert button and let me know. I mean, I'm not going anywhere. We're sticking around here. Chances are we're just going to get sauced. I got all these bourbon shots sent to me, so we got a lot of bourbon to drink. Yeah, I'm going to do it more often. The more people that can come and hang out in these live streams. For Matt James season, I'm going to be doing a post-episode live stream on the West Coast time, and that's the idea, folks. Lisa, I'm going to message you about being on the podcast. I can't wait to hear your story. I know Tasha will find it super, super interesting. We've appreciated you calling in, and everyone else that called in, from Paulie and everyone else. I mean, it's amazing to hear from you guys. It's kind of surreal, to be honest. I'm just making sure I didn't miss any voicemails before I get you out of here. But for those East Coasters that stayed up late, my Floridians, can you guys hear the siren? I have the window open to keep the, as long as I have the window open, the DSLR camera doesn't overheat, and we can do this. I mean, I could barely keep this thing on for 20 minutes. If you only knew the rigging I had set up. I tell you what, follow me on Instagram, and I'm going to walk you through the setup. I just can't show you right now, but follow me on Instagram. I'm going to leave it just as is, and I'm going to show you what I have to do to make that camera not overheat. I have a Post-it note on it. I got a thing hit up. I got 2 lights, and I got 3 other lights over here. It's a whole setup. So on Instagram, I'm at DNeals. It's the same as my Venmo. So you see my Venmo at DNeals. That's also my Instagram. So go give me a follow over there. Stay in touch. Check out my stories. I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you guys again so much. I'm going to throw the exit screen on, and I'll try to respond to a couple more comments. But I'm about to get out of here. So thank you guys so much. Let me play you out with a good song here. I like to play this Christmas time in LA. This is my song. All right, guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time. for my recap tomorrow. Leave me a comment over there. Susan, your dogs heard my sirens. That's crazy. Sorry about that. That's right, Gabby. Lisa and her bus stars. We're going to call her Miss Frizzle. You know Miss Frizzle likes to hit a Harrison. With hair like that, a lot of Harrisons being hit. Oz, the sheriff. Always appreciate you, my man. You guys want to see Boone real quick? I'll show you Boone real quick. He's right next to me. Everybody. Boone the Basset Hound, everybody. If you watch the vlogs, you'll see the episode where we made those homemade dog Basset Hound cookies. All right, that's it from me. Bye, everybody. I got dog hair all over me. Oh, I loved flipping my pages when a joke flopped. Yeah, you're right. I missed that too. It's funny I say when a joke bombed. Like, there's no one in the audience, but I'm still... I could tell when I read a stupid joke. Flip that page. Trust me, it's better off now. It's better off that I can type the jokes out. All right, well, that's it from me, everybody.